Good morning. Happy are back. It's a new work week and there's going to be quite a lot of new things going on over the next few days. We'll try and cover some of those today, at least to give you an introduction. There will be, of course, a massive amount more of painting. There will be a lot more, some more tiling. There's going to be work continuing on the outside facilities. There's going to be work continuing with electrical installations. There's going to be work continuing with floorboards. Before all that, it's a Monday. What could possibly go wrong? It's Monday morning. If you've been here before on a Monday, you know what's coming. Time to gather yourselves. Get ready to expend a bit of energy. Any second now, we'll be off. Here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a penalty. Shirts on inside out. Oh no. What a start to the week.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ending. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Time to get the new guys.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6,
Get ready. It's about to warm up a bit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 5.
Oops, lost the numbers there for a minute.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
He's trying. He's trying.
7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good effort again. Good effort. Thanks, Elson. The bosses are having a little meeting just here because we're going to be doing something new, something extra, something not part of the build. You'll have to wait and see what that's all about. On the outside, Frederick is getting started with more tiling. This is the area that we talked about a little while ago, where the original plan from the builder was to paint the side of the wall that's closest to us. And we've asked that that be tiled because we think, for various reasons, but ease of cleaning, it'd be easier to clean tiles that are slightly inaccessible. It'll look a bit more even, we think. So that's what they're going to be working on now. Tiling on this side. Back at the outside facilities, Erwin and Coelito getting back to work, rebuilding this after we had to ask them to demolish quite a big section of what they've done because it was oriented wrong. At the front of the house, we've got a little bit more skim coating going on in preparation for painting on the downstairs element, which hasn't really been started yet. We are missing one of the 3 new painters that came in last week. We're not sure he's coming back. He didn't show on Saturday And the builder's rules are, if you don't show up, you get a penalty. So we're not sure he will come back and restart, and then knowing that he'll have to absorb that penalty. If he's got other work he can go and do, he might have done that, but we'll see. Doors. Looks like we're getting a start. Ernie and Willie are manhandling these doors upstairs. We'll see if we can capture a little bit today of what kind of preparation is required. On these doors for the bedrooms, it may be a little bit less than on the doors that have wood and glass, all the double doors which are mostly downstairs. In the double height ceiling at the back of the sunroom, more sanding going on. We're not done yet with all of the painting up here, not by some way. In Aldrin's room, George's room. If you've missed out, same guy. Richard is back to work with these little PVC panels, sorting out the area beneath the TV cabinet, and all the bedrooms will be dealt with the same. In the walk-in closet for the master bedroom, Rico's just doing a little bit of clean-up. They've already started this morning on tidying up these engineered wood boards, just where there's the small step from the bedroom into the walk-in closet. They've been just cutting off a little bit of excess on the edge. And then they will continue, presumably later today, around the corner where we can't go right now, to finish off all of the flooring inside that walk-in closet. In Alex's bathroom, ceilings. We're getting quite a lot more work done now on, well, sanding, finishing, painting the bedroom, no, the bathroom ceilings. It is possible that Willie and Ernie will just move in those doors just to keep them out of the way, because Willie is back in the main kitchen. Once again, painting a ceiling. How many times have those words been used together in the last couple of weeks? Painting the ceiling. Kitchen cabinets, melamine. I asked the question last week about the use of melamine in kitchen cabinets and what were your thoughts on that. There are definitely question marks. There are concerns that if they get wet, that can cause warping. They are not entirely termite resistant, seems to be the suggestion. However, I've had a couple of people have kind of put my mind at rest, who've said that it is still a good material for kitchen cabinets. It is relatively durable. It looks pretty good. So although there are reservations, as I said before, it can chip and then it becomes very, very difficult to replace and match what you had before because it will fade. It can warp. It may be subject to termites. But given all those factors, I've had a couple of people who are in the business. I've had a couple that have pointed out those concerns, but a couple of others have been fairly positive about melamine. So we're going to go with it. Knowing those risks, knowing that ideally any exposed sides will be termite treated. Hopefully we'll have kitchen cabinets that look good, don't warp. If we can keep termites out, that's a bonus. Fingers crossed for the next 20 years. We're now a couple of hours into the day, and I thought, partly for Dimino, but for my benefit as well, the Diggerator. It's working. And what's this all about then? Well, we've decided that the main house is costing too much money, so we're going to rent it out. So we're building our own little house here. 1 bedroom, 1 kind of combined kitchen, dining room, living room, one bathroom. That'll be it. To heck with the kids, they can pitch tents in the ground, in the land somewhere. Looks like day one of the build here, all over again. Okay, it's not a house. It's going to be a gazebo of sorts. So this will have an area where we'll put the barbecue, and if we have any other bits and pieces of cooking equipment. We do have a pizza oven that we brought with us from Hong Kong, and then a little bit of seating will go in here as well. It'll have a roof. It'll be a similar roof to what's on the main house, so it hopefully blends in a little bit. It'll be made with concrete pillars, and the rest of it we'll have to just wait and see exactly what plan the builder has come up with. But that's what's going just here. It is now Tuesday morning. Life threw a couple of spanners in the works yesterday, and we just weren't able to film anything else. One of the spanners was that it rained after lunch. Absolute cats and donkeys all afternoon. So it meant that any work going on just here was very limited. But this morning we have two new guys. In fact, one of them is not new. One of them is a returnee. We've got JR back, one of the JRs. So they will be digging out these holes for the columns. Yesterday, before the rain, they got all of these steel pipes in place as the guides, and then the string lines which mark out the actual size of this gazebo. The engineer has said if the weather holds, he will be doing overtime for the rest of this week on this gazebo build. The rain yesterday, of course, also meant that not a lot could be done with this outside bathroom. But this morning we've got Lito and Erwin, both off camera at the moment, but they're both back working on this today. And to prove that I'm not a liar, there's Erwin. We do have all of our painters back. Two of them at the moment working outside, getting downstairs. At the moment a little bit more skim coating and then more paint to come. One of the guys is working up in Jack's bathroom on the ceiling up there. This is something I have been looking forward to seeing for quite some time. The beginnings of our front door. It will end up looking quite a lot different to this, but it's here and it is a beast. It's going to be magnificent, I think, once it's painted, sanded, painted, whatever else they have to do to it and put in place. It's going to be impressive, I hope. Erwin is applying a new finishing coat to these tiles in the double height wall above the sunroom, and it's designed to make it just a little tiny bit glossy. I have asked them, don't make it too glossy, but I'll show you what they're using to create that finish. It's this, liquid tile, top coat clear. In this case, by a company called Davis, who apparently reinvented paint. Good for them. And this is one of our doors. So all of the upstairs doors will be the same as this. Still some more preparation to do. They did do a test fit a little while ago on one of the rooms, but they'll do that on all of them and then adjust as they see necessary. But hopefully these will look good as well. Frederick, who's hidden down there on the platform, is getting to work with tiling on this wall. Now, if you remember, the tiles along the top were already in place, but these are not the same tiles. There was a comment a few days ago from Anil Nair who said cutting those tiles in situ to create the 45-degree angle that we're looking for so that it butts up nicely with the tiles which will be on the other side of this wall. Cutting while the tiles are in place was not a good idea. I haven't said anything to the builder, but these guys have agreed. All of these tiles are new along the top, and they have already been cut with 45-degree angles on both of the sides. And here we go with another test fit. So Richard on the outside, Sing and Rico on the inside. Just loosely putting the door in place to find out whether it needs any adjustments on any of the sides. This is the walk-in closet for the master bedroom. A little bit dark, sorry about that. All of the engineered wood flooring is now in. Painter Mr. Ernie is back again in the dining room, working on another one of these small areas around and about the wooden framing. Still waiting to see what will go in these remaining little gaps. And Painter Mr. Willie, not working on a ceiling at the moment. A little bit more skim coating on the walls here in the kitchen, just next to the doorway that will be going into that dining room. It's 4:30, the bell's gone. The guys are heading out. There isn't going to be any overtime today. Pretty much because there was just too much rain again this afternoon, and this area where they're building the gazebo, it's just too wet to really do anything. So we'll have a look at this in a moment, but before we do, one of your contributions. Harold Norman sent me an email. He said, "Mike, I have a joke." Well, I had a joke. It was about time travel, but I'm not going to share it. None of your viewers liked it. Take a moment if you need to. Let's see what they've been up to. So here for the gazebo. In all of the holes, there is still residual water from the rain. So there wasn't a lot they could really do here pretty much all afternoon. Instead of that, they made these and something else. Here we have the footings. All of the rebar in these and in the columns is 12mm rebar. When they built the house, they used 16mm because of far greater stress with 2 stories and all the extra weight. But here they decided that 12mm is sufficient. So there's the footings, and here we have 3 or 4 of the columns. Again, 12mm rebar. And if you notice, here at the base, the stirrups, the bit that kind of holds it all in, are bent. In theory, they should be bent to 135 degrees. We had an issue when the house was being done where in the early days they were only bending to about 90 degrees, and that doesn't really give the strength that it should. But here they've absolutely taken that lesson to hand, and all of these stirrups are bent probably more than 135 degrees actually. And if you notice at this end the stirrups are much closer together. The stress here at the base is significantly greater, so as you move along they space out. We'll see whether later on, when these have been put in place, if more stirrups are added again closer together, maybe at the top. We'll have to wait and see. We'll also have to wait and see what are they going to do about beams between the columns? We'll see whether they dig down between each one of these holes, dig down and put beams across those. These ones at the bottom, we learned in the house build, they call them here a belt, because it kind of holds everything together. But we'll see whether on a structure that is significantly smaller and with significantly less stress, whether they decide that that is an unnecessary feature. I don't know yet. We'll find out. The outside facilities, again, this got interrupted. There was at least 2.5, probably 3 hours of really quite heavy rain that held them back. When it's light rain, they carry on, but when the heavy stuff comes, it's not very pleasant being out here. But they have extended these walls quite a lot higher. We're starting to get the separation between what will be the WC and the shower. With 6 painters now, we are getting quite a lot of progress. The external crew, just 2 of them, continued with the cleaner white paint, the flat white I think it is. So this section in between the main entrance and Sabrina's room, upstairs has that coat in full, downstairs is mostly done, and then just beneath Sabrina's balcony, and in fact on the roof of that balcony, they have painted there as well. Not yet extended all the way down, and definitely, as you can clearly see, not over on the right hand side yet. That's a much dirtier appearance so far. I have to keep this section quite short, otherwise this video is going to be ridiculously long. But one more big thing to show you. I'm not going to tell you what it is. As I walk along here, see if you can spot the clues. There's a clue. There's a clue. Seeing a pattern yet? Ooh, another clue. This is a real Agatha Christie. And one more. Yay, doors. Not finished, not by any stretch of the imagination, but doors are hung on 4 of the bedrooms. What they will do, when everything has been done and dusted with the doors themselves, the frames will be painted, and they'll be painted effectively in a colour that matches, or is very close to matching, the door itself. That is the end of the day, or in this case, 2 days. So out here, the appearance is about to be quite radically changed, with the gazebo going in. Inside the house, the doors, what a difference that makes. Painting is not so obvious, but there's such a lot of it going on right now. With, as I said, 6 painters on site, but there is a huge area to cover. There is still more electrical being done. We don't have the plumber on site at the moment. We don't have the granite guys, and haven't had them for 2 or 3 days, if not a little more. We don't have the windows guys, although they really don't have too much left to finish off. But this finishing process continues apace. It's always something that I think everybody would like to be done faster than it actually is, but I can't complain. The guys are working their socks off to get this place finished. So that is the end of day 315 and day 316. Hopefully tomorrow we're a bit more back to normal in terms of a single day filming, and maybe without the afternoon being, for some people, rained out. See you then.